We are in the land of the rising sun with a matchup of teams that have appeared in the last 5 Arena Bowls.
Now he's going to go all the way to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Sharks. Wow.
Winners of 3 of the last 5 Arena Bowls. Arizona is starting to energize Rattler Nation, having reeled off 4 straight victories. The Sharks of Jacksonville, who won Arena Bowl 24, have been up and down this season, but they remain dangerous with as much talent as any team in the AFL. Tonight, land meets water in this epic showdown in the desert as the Sharks face off against the Rattlers now. Dorn Arena, downtown Phoenix, Arizona. Week 15 of the AFL on CBS Sports Network. The 5-7 Jacksonville Sharks and the 10-3 Arizona Rattlers, by virtue of a Cleveland loss against Philly earlier tonight. The Arizona Rattlers have wrapped up the National Conference, which means they will get at least the number 2. He's out there along with this man, Maurice Purify. Chopped down at the 16, a pickup of 6 on first down for the 5th-year man from Nebraska with his 65th catch of the year as we look at the starting offense for the Rattlers.
You've got weapons all over the place. Rod Windsor, Maurice Purify, Chase DeAtter's a guy that's coming on strong. They love everything he does at the receiver position.
Flipped out this time, left side. And it's Rod Windsor who's taken down to the 18. He gains 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and very short around the 19.
And what these plays do, they make Jordan Miller, who's a 6'2", 325-pound nose guard, Kareem Smith, Nefi Moffitt. They make these defensive players run laterally across the field, make them cover a lot of ground, quick screens, you're gaining yards, moving the chains close to, but you're making these guys work hard early in the game, expending a lot of energy.
Brent Stover and the Hall of Fame quarterback Seth Bonner with you from the Snake Pit tonight. 3rd and 1, opening possession of the game. And they pick it up. Chase DeAtter gets slammed into the wall, takes a knee after he picks up 5, and a Rattler first down.
Looks like he's grabbing his ankle here, but a quick out. Ball's on time. And right there, his ankle's.
Injury timeout.
Looks like he just kind of jammed in there. I don't want to speculate on it, but.
Ref bike check, test 1, 2, ref bike check.
Such a small field, of course.
It is.
So tight down there. So any kind of turn you make when your momentum is going into the wall.
Well, I mean, you never know where your feet are going to end up in conjunction with it. I mean, it's definitely a tough game, and we've always said, every player that's ever played this game has said the Walls are undefeated and have been and probably will be forever.
What's your take on early on this opening possession? Davila spreading it around to all 3 guys on the outside.
Well, I think also getting the ball out of his hand, because I'll tell you what, Kareem Smith is one of the premier pass rushers in this league. Doesn't have a ton of sacks, but his get off and quickness, if you get back there and hold on to the ball, he can wreak some havoc. So I think they're trying to change the tempo of the game for the defense for Jacksonville. And when I say they, I mean Kevin Guy and Sia Burley.
From midfield, first down, handoff, the big man rumbles down to the 18. Mike Benson gains 7.
So we've got 3 short passes, 2 screens, a quick out, and a run. They're trying to keep them off balance, doing an exceptional job early on in this drive of keeping them on their toes defensively, because now as a defense, you're going to stand up and look first before you go. You can't just pin your ears back. Now you got them right where you want them. You can try to tack over the top. Go for some points.
Purify, the motion man, flipped out, caught Amos down inside the 10. So we've seen Purify, Windsor, DeAtter, Benson, and now Amos touch it.
What a great problem to have. You've got 4 guys that are dynamic and skilled in their receiver positions. Amos is a guy that they're extremely high on. A young guy, doesn't get a lot of touches because the other bigs are playing extremely well. But he's a guy with a tremendous talent. He's quick, strong, can run, and when you get him in space, tough to tackle.
1st and goal from the 7. Davila rifles it near boards. It's dropped in and out of the hands of Amos that time.
We missed Maurice Purify on that one. Maurice came around in motion and ran the quick post and was wide open. You're going to watch him in motion. He slips inside, and there's nobody back there. Jack can't get back there. That's defensive pass interference if he's back there. You got to throw it back to that back corner. That's a wide open touchdown.
Davalin, number 1 in the league in passing yards. 88 touchdowns, only 9 picks. 4 minutes deep from Phoenix. Opening possession. Davalin tops it off. Wide open space. Michael Benson crosses the goal line for a Rattler touchdown. 7 yards.
It's going to be a nice slip screen. They run slide protection. They slide everybody to the right. So Benson's responsible for the defensive end. He comes out on Kareem Smith, who doesn't smell it. You got to smell that screen coming when you see a guy just letting you beat him too easy. But an easy setup.
Alex Tejas, 77 of 91 on extra points. Down the middle. Second-year kicker from Arizona makes it 7-0. Benson touched it twice, and he made his big old presence felt on that opening drive. Touchdown out of the backfield. The Rattlers pay off their opening drive of the game. Opening drive for the Rattlers, 7 plays, 40 yards, nearly 5 minutes. Michael Benson with his 5th receiving touchdown to go with 18 rushing touchdowns. And it's 7-0 Arizona. Trying to make it 5 wins in a row, get to 11-3. They've already wrapped up the National Conference, which means in the playoffs, they will be no lower than the 2 seed. Kick is taken by Reggie Gray. Gray out across the 15. 6-year veteran from Western Illinois. Nice return. 25 yards. Jacksonville with their first possession. And we check in for the first time tonight. Down below with Tina Servasio.
All right, Brent, thank you. Well, last weekend there was a league-wide bye week over the 4th of July weekend. All the AFL teams were to report back for official practice on July 5th. Well, the Rattlers, they all flew back into the Phoenix area Sunday, July 3rd, and gathered for practice at their facility on July 4th. But then Kevin Guy was informed that they could not have an official practice until Monday. But you know what the Rattlers did? They decided, we're going to do some film work, we're going to do some conditioning. They stayed around without the coaches, and it just shows you, and what it says about this Rattlers team is how focused they are on winning and gunning for this championship, Brent.
Tina, thanks. That's exceptional leadership as Joe Hills on the first play from scrimmage gained 16.
Yeah, that's a testament to what they've built here and how they've been able to, they've kept the same core. You keep some of the guys there, they know the ways and what they want to do. That's how you create successful franchises.
So Tommy Grady, big right-handed quarterback for the Sharks, starts 1-1. Rolls out here, he's in trouble. Holding. Face mask or a holding.
Cornelius Lewis trying to block Damian Burrell, who is one of those guys. I mean, they've got some guys up front that can get after the passer.
Holding, offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty, keep first down.
Cornelius Lewis, the anchor of this Sharks O-line, a 5th year from Tennessee State. That'll still move him back. Tommy Grady, the 2012 AFL MVP. Number 9 in league history in passing yardage, over 30,000 for his career.
But he's always been known as a tremendously talented guy. The one thing that he does not have is that elusive championship.
Flips it out to Tiger Jones. 8th-year receiver from Louisville makes his 78th catch and gains 8. Jacksonville's offense is you run it down left side of your screen.
You got a great offensive line up there, Ruffins, McNeil, and Lewis, but these receivers are some of the best in the league. Reggie Gray, Tiger Jones, and Joe Hills, who you'll hear us talk about a lot tonight, is one of the most dynamic, big body guys. 6'5", 215, powerful, strong, and you see him right on cue. He goes in motion right now.
KJ Morton will open defensively to match up against him. Grady near boards, wide open, touchdown. Tiger Jones from 17 yards out.
Bring it back to Pee Wee Herman. You knew that dance, right?
Absolutely.
You knew that dance. This is a really good read by Tommy, and it takes a little bit of time. Arizona showed a cloud coverage with two high safeties. They left the middle of the field open, allowing the backside boundary corner to come over. You see Tommy look left. He moves our Keith Brown off the spot and is able to go right to Tiger for the easy one.
And they miss the extra point, Lindsey Wolf. So it remains 7-6. Wolf, the rookie from Fort Valley State, came in about a month and a half ago. And 27 of 36 on PATs. Tiger Jones does a little bit of everything with his 14th touchdown reception of the year. Each team has had it once. They've each scored a touchdown. Jacksonville missed their PAT. Tiger Jones with a touchdown reception, his 14th. Brent Stover, the Hall of Famer, said Bonner. Always love coming to Arizona. Beautiful place to be. But you spent much of your career here, put up huge numbers. Always fun for you, I know, to come back into this building, and I think we're going to have a pretty good game tonight as well.
It looks like a great game, and the crowd's fitting that. I mean, it's a great crowd. They're excited, and both teams have come out patient, doing exactly what they want to do in the game. I mean, they're putting their game plans out there and doing a nice job of executing on their first drives of the game.
Bonner up there with Gatewood, and we just saw Randy earlier. He visited the booth and lives in this area still. I know it's always fun for you to come back and see your old teammates here in the Snake Pit. Anthony Amos down the near board, spins at the 16 and goes down. 23-yard return for Amos. Arizona's second possession begins right there. You had a brilliant career here, but Nick Davila putting up some pretty nice numbers in his own right.
Oh, he's definitely one of the best to do it, in my opinion, if not the best. I mean, what he's done is second to none. I mean, 3 straight titles. He's been, like I said, the most consistent. If not for an injury, he would have been the only guy in the history to ever go 5 straight years with 100 touchdowns. I mean, he's been outstanding.
They blow this one, Ted. Had a man, Windsor, going open deep down the near side.
He's offsides. He's offsides.
Prior to snap, offsides. Number 1, the high motion man. By rule, it's a dead ball foul. Penalty snap to distance of the goal. Remains first down.
Referee tonight, Dave Kataya. And there's the comparison between you and Davila.
Oh, there's no comparison. He's going to blow by me kind of like I was blown by Mark Grant on the off the tee box yesterday. But this guy has been outstanding, and you couldn't find a more humble kid. You couldn't find a more hardworking kid. So when it comes to watching him do all this stuff, I'm rooting for him, and I love the way the guy carries himself.
And he certainly uses all the tools in his toolbox. That's for certain. Second drive, flip it out far side. Windsor down the board, slammed into those boards. 14 picks up 8.
Tackled by
They're being extremely patient offensively. Not really allowing Nick to get in trouble in the backfield. You don't want him back there holding on to the ball, because that's the only time the Rattlers get in trouble. Nick, he wants to throw the ball down the field. He has a ton of courage in that pocket. But you've got to help him if you're Coach Guy. They're doing a great job of that right now.
5.5 to play. Opening quarter, 7-6 Rattlers. Down the middle, open Windsor. Perfect touch from Davila. And Windsor in for the touchdown.
Anytime you're not used to running zones, hold it right there, guys. Anytime you're not used to running zones, look at all three DBs are right here on the left side of that hash. Someone needs to be responsible for that area and that area. Not happening. Look at Windsor. Runs right down the field, wide open. That is a complete blown coverage. Someone didn't get the call. You got to get the call. You can't allow that guy. That guy's got 33 touchdowns, now 34 touchdowns. You can't have that guy run down the field all by himself.
Down the middle from Zendejas. Windsor number 2 in the league this year in touchdown receptions. 36 yards set on this strike.
Rod the God Windsor strikes again, and this is about as easy as it can get. Stiff arm, get off me. Touchdowns, Rattlers.
.14-6. Top 2 touchdown catchers in the AFL this season. Number 1 is Hills on the left, number 2 on the right is Windsor, and the numbers have been astounding for these two guys.
Staggering. I mean, PlayStation type numbers, and the fact that everybody knows they're the guy.
Yeah.
And they still get it done with as much consistency as they do. That's what makes it unbelievable. And then they got to turn around and play special teams.
Yeah.
They got to go cover kicks.
Windsor just caught his 35th touchdown of the year, so he's 8 behind Hills now. And Hills is challenging the all-time single-season record of 60. Off the iron, Richie Cray. Cray out over the 10 to the 11 and back downstairs to Tina.
All right, thank you, Brent. Got Nick and Rod here together. Either of you guys can answer this. What did you see break down of the coverage in that touchdown reception?
Well, you know, I just saw him come wide open, and he just threw his hand up, and, you know, he did the rest.
Rod, what is it about the chemistry that you and Nick have built together, 6 seasons playing, that you're able to do that and kind of communicate across the field?
He's just a great quarterback, you know, that's finding open guys, you know, and that's basically what it is.
All right, thank you, guys.
He knows about that, him and Randy Gatewood.
And they're both in the house tonight as well.
That's right. Sid, how many touchdowns did you and Randy hook up for?
I couldn't tell you, honestly. I do know that Randy put a couple guys out of business with like 7 games or 7 touchdowns in a game. Sent a few guys home from other teams, but
yeah.
what these guys are doing is ridiculous, man. Year in and year out, the durability that guy has, Rod Windsor, as well as Nick. That's what has made them so great. They're durable. You can rely on them week in and week out.
Tiger Jones just picked up 15. Flip it out this time to Cray. Reggie Cray wrapped up inside the 20, into the boards. Seacane 7, 3.5 to play in the first. Arizona scored on their opening 2 possessions. Jacksonville on their second possession right here.
More patience from Jacksonville. They're not trying to get ahead of themselves. Taking what the defense gives you. Seeing a lot of zone and a lot of changing and mixing of coverages. I don't think you'll see Arizona come and try to lock down or play tight man until you get down in the red zone.
Handoff. And a pickup of 3 at the bottom of that pile is Derek Ross, the all-time leading rusher in the Arena Football League, more than 3,000 in his career.
And the boss, and they're being real wise and smart with his timing on the field. They're not allowing him to get worn out. They're using Ryan Cave to come in and spell him offensively, allow him to keep himself fresh, because he's turned into a tremendous blocker, but had some issues late in games when he gets a little winded or tired. Now they're mixing him in and out, helping him out.
First down for the Sharks as they've entered the Geico Blue Zone. And this one batted down at the line.
Brady's pass incomplete, deflected at the line of scrimmage by number 32, Damian Burrell.
Damian Burrell got in there.
Second down.
Tell you what, they've got some of the most active, powerful young guys. And you see the awareness from Damian right there. He knows he's not getting home, but gets eyes on the quarterback, gets up and gets a batted ball. And look at those numbers. 5.5 sacks, 6.5 tackles for loss, 15 tackles, and 2 forced fumbles. Very athletic young man.
And they are so good up front. He and Demetrio Tyson. And second down all day for Grady, and then and picked up by the Rattlers. Rodney Fritz got in there.
Rodney Fritz, a guy that they just picked up off the waivers from LA. Was with San Jose last year and had made some big plays for San Jose a year ago. But this is a coverage sack. Tommy doesn't like it, but at some point you got to know against this pass rush, this team that has 22 sacks, you got to get rid of, just throw it away. Throw it away. It's not fourth down. You don't have to make a play right there. Throw the ball away. But Arizona makes the big play on, gets a turnover. Rodney Fritz, welcome to the Rattlers.
They've got 23 sacks, and we were just mentioning Demetrio Tyson. He recovered it. So that's the first takeaway of the night. And the first defensive stop comes for the Rattlers. From midfield, flag down. Davila over the middle, it's caught. Purify down to the 10.
Fabulous pass, complete to number 2, Maurice Purify.
Got offsides on Kareem Rush, I believe. Excuse me, Kareem Smith.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal defense, number 99. That penalty's declined. Illegal formation defense, 85. That penalty's also declined. Result of the play is a first down.
I think he means 58.
Kareem Smith.
Yes. So the jump start was out of his stance. Good call. Free play for the Rattlers, but another completion. Nick not being greedy, knows he has a free one, but takes the completion, reads coverage, and gets it to the right spot.
And they gained 15, down to the 10. He's on point to start. Davila swings it out. Windsor, ankle tackle at the 8. Gain of 3. Greg Reed with the open field hit.
And a really good tackle there in space.
Gain of 3 on the play brings up a second down.
A lot more zone coverage from Jacksonville than we're used to seeing, and the more they play it, they've got 3 really good athletes back there that can hit you. They've got to make a big play here for the team.
Dumped it off, wrapped up immediately.
That is a great read. We talked about early in the game, Kareem Smith did not feel it, but Nefi Moffitt smells this out, grabs a hold of the fullback. That's a great play by Nefi Moffitt.
In the first period.
Greg Reed, second-year man from Florida State, made the play before, and then Nefi Moffitt, second-year man from Florida State. The nice defensive stop to end the first. 14-6 after 1. You're watching the AFL on CBS Sports Network. If you want access to every AFL game at once, then go to arenafootball.com. Click AFL Live for the online broadcast of games around the league. We start the second, 14-6. Here in Arizona, Les Moss. His team has dropped 2 in a row. They've still got a chance to get the 4 seed, which means they would host a playoff game. Arizona, regardless, is going to be, at worst, the number 2 seed. They wrapped up the National Conference earlier tonight when Cleveland lost at Philadelphia. Davila, 3rd and goal, falls, throws, hits the ref. Intended for Purify. So it's 4th and goal now.
Deontay Savage had a rough time with Nefi Moffitt. He's on the right side, and Nefi just powers him in. And that's a dangerous looking play right there. We've had a few of those roll-ups in my day. Not very fun.
I was busy you were looking in the foreground. I was looking at the official trying to make a catch.
Well, I didn't expect it.
Davila, 4th and goal. Fires, caught, Windsor trying to get there, and he does. Touchdown. 8 yards to Windsor.
If you're Les Moss, you've got to be upset. You've got exactly what you want. You've got the proper zone called. Look, they're running the route right into the zone. Look at Greg Reed waiting on the route out here. But he's got to get there, and he's got to tackle and get him on the wall so there can't be a score. And watch Les just look. I mean, you can't draw it up any better. I don't know what you want to do as a head coach or a D coordinator. You make the right call. Your guys just got to go out and perform for you.
Zentejas, 21-6. Good start to the second quarter for the Rattlers. Wins are the catch, using that physicality and the extra effort. And the Rattlers up 2 possessions. Always.
Tina Cervasio back with you in Phoenix, and I am joined here on the Rattlers bench by Arena Football Commissioner Scott Butera. And Commissioner, you have a vision for the AFL. As you look at this season right now, week 15, getting close to the playoffs, where does the league stand in your vision this year?
You know, the league is in great shape. We're exciting, we're growing. I mean, today's a great example. We have 2 amazing teams, great crowd, and arena football is something you really got to come and see. It's all about getting fans to know who we are and what we're doing a lot more marketing, a lot more representation, and it's just going in the right direction. So I think we're off to a good start. I think this year is going to finish strong, and it's going to carry us into 17. It's going to be an amazing year.
Right at the beginning of the season, Washington was announced as an expansion team. What is the latest on other cities joining an expansion?
We're talking about 6 or 7 cities as we speak, and expansion is more than just teams. It's expansion of marketing, getting our players recognized, our coaches recognized, our sports developing. It's going to be one of the leading sports, I think, in professional sports in America and beyond. But we're off to a good start. We've got ourselves in great shape financially, and it's really more about just getting more people to come out and see what we're doing.
Commissioner Butera, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you for having me.
Reggie Gray on the return after the 12. And he picks up 19. And, you know, it's good to hear. This has been somewhat of a transitional year, but big things are to come in this league. And Scott Butera has brought an element of, I guess, hope to start with. And
he wants to be precise about his plan. Like, he's trying to execute it wisely. He's being patient and not jumping in and just letting anybody in the league. They're being very smart about what they're trying to do with new teams and things like that. So I'm excited. Love this game. And he's exactly right. You have to see this thing in person. It's a whole different beast.
And Washington is in the D.C. market. So as of now, we expect at least 9 teams next year, because you mentioned other cities in the mix as well. 6-yard reception for Reggie Gray there. And he's been very active for the Sharks offense in this first half.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of being available and open. He's done some good jobs off the net. He's still trying to fit his way into this offense. You know, they've got 2 other big guns over there with over 220 catches between them. He's got to find his way in.
Made his Jacksonville debut back in week 10, so a little over a month ago, as Tiger Jones makes the catch, and he gains 11 and a first down for the Sharks. But back to Reggie Gray, as you look at Jones, I mean, they got really good veteran receivers on this team, but Gray, the 2015 Receiver of the Year, 4-time All-Arena, you know, 27 catches in a little over a month. I mean, a really nice addition on this team.
He has, and I think his ability to return off the net saves some hits off of David Highland as well, who has to play defense.
Patted down. It falls safely through Tommy Grady. And the front, the defensive front of this Rattler team is something to behold.
Well, you know, listen, you've got all these great defensive coaches, but look at the spy technique by both sides. Getting hands up, trying to take away the quick passes from Tommy Grady. And at 6'7", yes, you can get your passes blocked. It happens, but that's just coaching, scouting. You've run back-to-back quicks. They're expecting another, so you come out and get your hands up. Great job of adjustment.
On second down, Grady retreating, firing incomplete. Low and a little bit behind Tiger Jones.
He's sitting so long on his number one guy that by the time he wants to come back, it's just taking too long to get down to a check down. And at this point, you need completions. Like the first 2 passes, you need to get the ball out. If you see a guy's not open when you take a 5, check it down right now. Don't hold on to it and wait for a guy to get open.
The Sharks.
Really patient secondary right here.
54% this year on third, and they convert here for a touchdown to Joe Hills.
As soon as I call him a patient secondary, Jeremy Kellum gets impatient and guesses corner. He guesses corner, and this is about as easy as it can get here. Freezer right there, guys. Watch this man guess and jump this way with no help backside. Let it go. And watch him jump outside. He's guessing to the corner route. I mean, that's just too easy. Early in the game, he just stayed in his back pedal and been right on top of the route. That's what they call a poco route. You can go post or corner. It's his choice, but a big play when they need it. And who else?
Model of consistency. 65 straight in the regular season with a touchdown. And he now is at 44 for the season.
And just unstoppable. Joe Hills does it again. Superman.
Back in Phoenix, 9:47 before halftime, 21-13 Rattlers. Hills just made his 44th touchdown reception of the year. So these numbers before tonight, he's got 2 catches so far. Damian Harrell has the all-time single season record, and they are on the exact pace. Hills is on the exact pace of that 60 touchdown season that Harrell had back in 06. Off the net, Anthony Amos. And he gets dragged down at the 11, a return of 13. And we check in with Tina.
Brent, I get to hang out on these benches during games, and when I watch Joe Hills on the sideline, he's so relaxed. He's never rattled, even when the team is down, like right now. And I asked Les Moss about this. He said Joe just loves the game of football. He's a kid at heart, and he has this cool, calm personality, and that's why he succeeds. He loves to be around people, his teammates. He loves kids. He's got a great family. He never gets angry, and he's a peacemaker on the team, and it makes him a great teammate, and clearly he's a great playmaker.
Tina, thank you. Running play here on first down. And, you know, guys like that are infectious.
Oh, absolutely. Guys, you have to have those guys in the locker room. And a guy that just comes in and works hard, is excited to be there working hard. You have to have those kind of guys in the locker room. And his success, I mean, over the last 3 years, he's been one of the most prolific wide receivers in this league.
It helps when the guy making the biggest plays has that personality.
It does.
Tavola rifles it behind his target, Purify.
Intended for Maurice Purify.
It's a little bit tardy on this throw. It's a dig route. He needs to let it go now. Ball's a little bit behind, but he's trying to move the Jack linebacker, who's just kind of standing between him and that throwing lane. He's trying to manipulate him with his eyes and move him around. Throws it a little bit behind. Should be stop routes. It's a 5-step drop. You hear him say right. 5-step drop.
3rd and 9. Tavola lofts it up near boards. Intercepted. And the first takeaway for the Sharks tonight. Alvin Ray Jackson picks off Nick Tavola. Alvin Ray, 6th year from Albany State, and it's a rare interception thrown by Tavola. And a big defensive stop for the Sharks. Down by 8. Coming up tomorrow, 8 Eastern, we bring you round 6 of Lucas Oil Racing Pro Light and Pro 2 action as the journey to crowning this year's champion of the Off-Road Racing Series continues right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. In the desert tonight, 7:40 local time right now, and it is 106 degrees.
It was 110 when we went to dinner last night. 110.
I missed you at the pool this afternoon.
Had to get my Z's in, man.
Tiger Jones. Hey, you were a little grumpy at the production meeting this morning. I thought you got up on the wrong side of the bed.
Not even close, man. You were just full of the vitamin D, so, you know, you were feeling good.
Tiger Jones picks up 9.
Quick play, quick pass, and a great block out front by Joe Hills to spring his mate for 9 yards.
7 to play in the second. 21-13 Rattlers. Alvin Ray Jackson just got an interception. Sharks offense back out there, and Derek Ross gets pushed in the wrong direction by Damian Burrell.
And Marcus Smith, guy who's making his second round with the Rattlers. He hadn't played in a bunch of weeks, but watch him at the jack position. Fights off the block, gets in on the legs. And once you get him down there, it's over with. But initially, Burrell, I mean, that guy is just a monster in there.
Hills in motion. 3rd and inches. Hills the catch. First down into Rattler territory. And a gain of 5.
Tackled by Jeremy Keller. Gain of 5.
Good completion. Pick up the first, sit him down. You don't always have to run by the guys. You do have to make them respect the short game, and it's a chess match up front. If you catch a defensive line trying to get upfield and rush, you want to be able to hit those quick passes.
Grady launches, end zone, Hills, and it's too far over the top.
See, to me right there, that ball could have been thrown right to the boards on a line and allowed Joe Hills to flatten out and come down to it and get it. And it ends up being like a deep comeback route. He's got the arm strength to do it, but watch where Kellum, he stays in the back pedal. That's great patience, but pull him away from Kellum to the wall early on the throw, and that's where you could have still had a completion there. Great coverage there by Jeremy Kellum though.
You mentioned they're going to throw a few guys at Joe Hills. It started with KJ Morton. 2nd down, Grady guns it, caught inside the 15. There's a grab for Reggie Gray. He gains 9.
By Arkeith Brown.
And Arkeith Brown, the tackle for the Rattlers.
It's going to be a great chop block in the middle. Watch Derek Ross puts the cut on Dukes. I mean, and that's where you go, right through the thigh. That's called being smart. Now that guy doesn't come in there out of control, trying to run through you. That's a good job by the boss man.
I'll think twice about it. 3rd and 1. Flipped it out, far boards. Caught, first down, Reggie Gray. Needed 1 and he got 2. And Morton knocked him into the wall.
Really good drive. I like what Coach Raymond Filial's doing right now with this drive. Being very patient. There's a guy that's one of the most underrated players in the history of this game at the quarterback position. He was a great quarterback in this league.
Grady hits Jones. Spun down at the 7. Jeremy Kellum. And he gained 6.
This quick passing game looks a lot like what Tommy Grady did in Utah the year he was the MVP, where they had a good mix of quick long throws, but his game was quick, getting out of his hand and rhythm. Had 142 touchdown passes that year, which was a league record. Just a fantastic thing, and this is what he's got to get back to. He's got to get comfortable doing it. instead of sitting on the 5-step every play.
Grady looking for Gray. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Kellum in coverage that time.
Great coverage, good patience again by Jeremy Kellum. Reggie Gray's trying to set him up for the quick flat route, and he just sits on it so long he makes Reggie Gray actually stop his feet from running his route. Comes out late, and a good job of throwing it away by Tommy.
The Sharks are 3 of 3 tonight on 3rd. Grady with all day. Flag down, rolls out, and throws it away. Now 3 markers out there.
Missed Reggie Gray at the initial burst of that cluster formation. Reggie Gray was wide open, but they had him on a return route where he started out and came back in.
Single formation defense, number 32. Defensive holding, number 3. Also offensive holding, number 32. All of those penalties offset. We will replay their down.
Sounds like a good idea. So a redo, 3rd and 3 again.
If I'm on offense, I'm like, well, how come they had 2 penalties? They only had 1. So isn't that offset, a little bit offset? I mean, what?
Yeah, no, it does.
We got to be able to get one of those.
Grady, caught by Gray, touchdown. Broke a tackle and scampered in from 6 yards out. Kellum had him.
He had him. Again, tackling in space. Just because a guy's close, you still got to make him make a play. Ball comes out quick, and a quick spin back inside. And that's the elusiveness of Reggie Gray. Kellum very upset with himself for not bringing him down there.
Lindsey Wolf, rookie from Fort Valley State. Off the iron, that's his 2nd miss. No, it was good.
1:29 to go, 2nd quarter.
Was good. Nailed it. 21-20, 1:29 first half in Arizona. Each team with a takeaway. Les Moss, this guy's just got one, converted. It's 21-20 and down to Tino.
All right, Brent, with Tommy Grady. And Tommy, you're spreading the defense, really balancing it. I mean, you're spreading the offense. What's the key to that tonight?
Just take care of the ball. That fumble was my fault. I got to hold on to the ball, but just take care of the ball. Take what the defense gives us and try to score every time.
You know, we already saw Joe Hills with a touchdown, his 44th TD reception this season. What's been the key to him and really aiming and targeting him?
He's just so big and fast. You know, whenever we get in a crunch situation, he's our go-to guy. He's doing a great job for us all year.
Tommy, thank you. Brent?
Onside kick. And it's recovered by Maurice Purify. So Jacksonville trying to catch him off guard. Arizona recovers at the 10.
Really good kick, and the ball was out there for a while. The ball was out there for a long time, waiting for somebody to pick it up. It's a good kick, kind of dribbles over, and good blocking up front. And look at it just kind of delaying, and I don't think Robustelli saw the ball. Because if he sees it, he attacks that and goes and gets it.
Dabbler from the 10. Touchdown. Mo Purify over the top of Greg Reed.
This is a play where Greg Reed's ball skills gets him in trouble. It's a corner route for Maurice Purify. Right here, stop it, guys. Right here, he's in great position. He's parallel. He's going to cut underneath him, but we're coming out to the corner on the route. Let it roll. Watch when he gets to the ball. Instead of reaching with the right hand to knock it down, he tries to go for 2 hands in the interception. And that is what gets him in trouble. His great ball skills get him in trouble on that play.
Wow, that is excellent. Extra point wide right.
And we're seeing a dominance by the kickers tonight.
Yeah. They've each missed one, 27-20, so that changes things. You know, the Sharks try to steal a possession with the onside, didn't work. Rattlers punched in, but then missed, so it's still a 7-point game here. And the Sharks keeping pace, but Purify hauls that one in. Less than a minute, first half. Arizona gets a touchdown, misses the PAT, so they lead by 7. They got it first, so both teams have gotten a defensive takeaway. And Kevin Guy, man, 16 years as a head coach, 8 here in Arizona. They won the Arena Bowl back-to-back years in there. I mean, the last 6 seasons have been exceptional.
Really? That's the best word you can come up with?
Well, you know, I'm trying to spread it around. I've used phenomenal and fantastic. Here's an onside kick. And it's recovered by the Sharks. So both teams go back-to-back trying to onside. And it doesn't work for either, as Robustelli able to wrap that one up for the Sharks.
Everybody up front, you guys just got to block. Your guys up front, the front line has got to just pick up a guy and block. They do an excellent job. Dexter Jackson there comes out immediately, but look at that, there's 4 guys with their hands up looking at the ball. You got to get bodies on people.
56.9. 27-20 game. Hills in motion. Tommy Grady over the middle looking for Hills. It's batted down again. You're right, a 6'7" guy can get it batted down a few times.
That's what Kevin Guy did to him when he was in Utah. They would bat balls down against him and get the hands up in the lane. But look at the rush. Everybody's got eyes up. And Demetrio Tyson does a nice job of pushing McNeil. And then he's able to get that left hand up and get hands on it. Talk about another young rising star in this league. 5 sacks. The playmaker has been a great addition to the team.
Recovered a fumble earlier tonight. Hills in the quick strike. Down inside the 10. Gains 9. Well, coming up on the Arena Football Halftime Show from Talking Stick Resort Arena here in Phoenix. I've said top 5 quarterback wide receiver duos. Also have first half stats and highlights all coming up at halftime. I'm interested to see where each of these 2 lethal combos on these respective teams end up in your top 5.
Well, you know they're going to be there. So
I know that.
There is one receiver that didn't get mentioned. My man Donovan Morgan, who's been doing it a long time. Now helping Pete Thomas come along in LA. Didn't make the list. Tom Gilson didn't make the list. He's got 100 catches on the year. So there's some elite guys, other elite guys in there. Not saying that those guys aren't elite,
right?
But there's some elite guys in there.
You and I will be in LA next Saturday night for the Kiss. And Donovan Morgan taking on Cleveland.
Should be a good game. Cleveland got thumped tonight. They're going to need to get back on track if they want to try and hang on or move into that and save that 4th spot.
It's funny, they score over 60 points, and as you said, they get thumped.
Well, you give up 83, that's an issue.
How about in that game, Tanner Audubon for Philly earlier tonight? I'll get to it in a moment. 3rd and 1, big play clock under 5. Grady looking end zone, over the middle, it's caught. Touchdown, Joe Hills. From 9 yards out.
Kevin Guy's okay with that. They didn't allow Jacksonville to run the clock down. Jacksonville scored quickly. They didn't allow them to force Arizona to use many. They used 1 timeout. So Kevin Guy's okay with that. But tell us about the Red Rockets numbers tonight.
20 of 21.
Fantastic.
20 of 21. The only incompletion was a drop. 335 yards, 8 touchdowns, no picks. As Lindsey Wolf knocks it through and ties the game at 27. So the quarterback play, I think for some teams, especially early this season, has been a little spotty. But the guys at the top, like Grady and Radaba and Dabla, have been outstanding.
They have. And what those guys all have are veterans in key spots for them. There's not a lot of rookies on those teams. running routes. Guys have an understanding on how to play football. Then you got Clint Dozell coaching him. You got Kevin Guy here, but look at the stutter step, and he's patient. Our Keith Brown loses his patience and hops to a side and just stay there and break when he breaks. Don't fall for all the shenanigans. But it takes a good coach to get guys ready to play year in and year out. And Kevin Guy, and even Les Moss, Kevin Guy and Clint Dozell have done a great job of having that nice nucleus of quarterback receivers that can get it done for you week in and week out.
Onside here again or not? What do you think?
Why not? If you want to get the ball back again, why not? Because if you give it to Arizona, they're going to run the clock out. We've got 3 timeouts. If you're going to kick it deep, they're going to run the clock out.
Trying to steal a possession. We are on serve right now. 27 all. Arizona got the first possession. Here it comes from Lindsey Wolf. Another onside. Pops up, couple of hops, still loose. Deatter was there for Arizona. And it went out of bounds.
Well, it hit the wall. Once it hits the wall, it's dead. That's another really good slow kick. Unfortunate.
Hit the barrier wall. By rule, the ball is dead.
Unfortunate for Jacksonville, because if it doesn't hit the wall, they're recovering that ball. And that's 2 of those slow dribblers that Arizona hasn't been ready for. They got guys that got numbers there, but who was blocking? No one's blocking.
Guys jumping out of the way there, obviously.
Tyree was just trying not to get hit by the ball.
Yeah.
So I get that, but you got to put a hat on somebody. And right there, you see it tracking, and it gets over towards the wall. Yeah, and it's right there. It hits the wall. It's a good call.
So again, the onside fails. Tavel, a good field position. Toss right. Benson gains a couple.
Tackled by Robles.
3 yards there. Brings up second down. 37.7 on the clock.
Gain of 3.
And the Sharks call time. These final minutes of halves in the league, obviously, if you're new to watching this league, a lot can happen going up and down the field.
Absolutely. More possessions. You try to create extra with the onsides. You don't get them, you're still assured to give yourself another chance with the ball.
Kevin Guy's team trying to make it 5 straight wins. They've already clinched the #2 seed by virtue of winning the National Conference. And that happened earlier tonight when Cleveland lost at Philly. They can still get as high as the 1, but some work to be done. Tavola, second goal over the middle, touchdown. Maurice Purify, a 7-yard strike.
It's a really good route by Maurice. Really patient. It takes a lot of time up front, but watch him stutter right here, and then whip out. He gets a little chicken wing on Greg Reed to get some space. And Greg is expecting the call. You see he wants a call, but once a stutter and the separation happened, it was over with.
Tejas, this one down the middle. Oh, Purify. What a nice first half. 34-27 Arizona. Purify now 4 catches, 38 yards, 2 scores. Mentioned a moment ago, Arizona has clinched at least the 2. Obviously, Philly there with a half-game lead, but Arizona won the National Conference, so they will get no lower than the 2 seed. They can still get the 1. Right now, Orlando has that spot. The Sharks gunning for the 4. They want to host at least 1 playoff game.
It's a 3-team race for that right now with LA and Jacksonville and Cleveland.
Onside again? What do you think?
33 seconds left, and I get the ball back at the end of the half. Or I don't get the ball, Jacksonville gets the ball. Yeah. I don't let them run it out, so I will onside here. I don't want them to run it out and get 2 possessions to finish the half of the possession and to receive and possibly put 14 up just like that.
We've seen 3 straight onside kicks, 2 for the Sharks, 1 for the Rattlers. This is Alex Zendejas. Kicks it deep. Reggie Gray. Off the net. Gray. Reggie Gray down the near wall. Flag down at the end. Around the 15-yard line. A big return. Reggie Gray, and now another marker.
Greg Reed just lost his cool, and he's going to get a personal foul tacked onto it.
It's been kind of the knock on him. Such a good player. But
There are 2 fouls of the play during the return holding. 21 of the receiving team. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 21 of the receiving team, contacting an official. 21 is ejected.
Wow. Contacting an official. Greg Reed has been thrown out of the game. Second-year star defensive back for the Sharks. With 8 picks on the season. Rookie of the year last year, and he is done for the night.
This is what the hold is called right here.
Watch when he runs to the official.
Runs straight to the official. I don't know if
Grady has it knocked down on first down.
And I'm not sure if Kevin was walking towards him or he was, because he looked like he was standing still as they were walking. That's a tough call.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to be
but that's
thrown
the
out.
rule. The letter of the law is what it is. You touch an official, you're out. However, he was standing there. Kevin was walking towards him, and the contact was made.
So Greg Reed is ejected. Second down and 10, 23.9 in the first half clock. Grady from the goal line over the middle caught. Joe Hills across midfield inside the 20, shoved out by Jeremy Kellum after a gain of 26.
Jacksonville first down.
A great throw and catch. Gin route. You got goes on the outside, and you run the in route by your motion man. And Big Tommy sits in there and throws a laser right on the face of Joe Hills.
Defense.
Grady, end zone, lofts it up over the head of Joe Hills, who slams into the end wall.
That's tough. He sees the switch a little bit too late. You see the switch right there. Great disguise by KJ Morton and Jeremy Kellum, working together well. And a good job by Tommy to throw the ball away and not force it in.
12.6 is a pretty good spot to be in for the Sharks, time-wise, right?
It really is, and they've got 2 timeouts left.
But to not let the Rattlers have a chance here, end zone touchdown. Joe Hills on an 18-yard pitch and catch.
KJ Morton, you took the bait. Let's take a look at Tommy Grady, what he does to young KJ Morton here. In his drop, all he does is give him a little shoulder, like he's throwing the check down. That's part of being young. Watch Tommy Grady. He's staring at this man right here, outfield, the field corner. Watch him turn like he's going to throw right there. Just that little shoulder nudge, outside was enough for him to stop his feet and allow the throw to go over the top. That's why Coach Guy was so upset.
Yeah.
Just do your job. You can always come up and tackle the check down. You don't need to make, intercept the ball.
Lindsey Wolf. Got it. Tied at 34 with 8.6. So you leave the Rattlers a little bit of time here.
Jacksonville 34.
This is a nice corner route, and they have it covered. They have help on the field side. And Joe can't believe it was so easy. Well, you see Jeremy Kellum thinking, I know I have help out there with KJ Morton, but just a little freeze. I mean, that was a great job by Tommy Grady right there. Just a little nudge. It's so subtle. You make that guy with the big eyes want to attack that hitch route.
The duo, and again at halftime in moments, we're going to talk about Ced's top 5 quarterback wide-out duos. But this duo has the most touchdown connections this season. Hills with 3 touchdowns tonight. In the first meeting between the two, went to overtime. And Kevin Guy felt like they defended Hills pretty well, yet he still gets 10 catches, 97 yards, and 4 scores.
That's about all you can do. Literally, he's just a smart guy, and he understands. And then it doesn't hurt to be 6'5".
Yeah.
215 pounds, really strong. He's durable. Again, like we talked about Rod Windsor on the other side, just being durable. Guys that don't miss a lot of time. They continue to dress and play game after game. Don't miss time.
Ced's top 5 quarterback wideout combos, stats and highlights as well. Plus, an early preview of the rematch Saturday night in LA. We'll be there next Saturday, Cleveland and LA. They played a whale of a game that had an exciting finish back in mid-April. Review our game coming up next week. Out to the 5-yard line it'll come. No chance for Amos on a return there. Now Kevin Guy's offense.
Results of the touchback. First and 10 on the 5-yard line.
8.6 touchback puts it at the 5.
So now with Greg Reed being out, you're going to see a lot more zones. But I think they were already out LJ, because LJ hasn't been on the field in a while. Larache Jackson. So the backup quarterback, Sean Brackett, is going to move and play jack linebacker. Andrew Robustelli is going to play the short side or the boundary side corner. David Highland is going to play in the middle. And Alvin Ray Jackson is going to play on the edge.
Wow.
Talk about putting your guys in a bind.
Windsor gets out with 5.7. He gains 10. So first down, most likely. It looks like they'll move the sticks here. But to your point, Mishai Robinson didn't dress. Very talented guy in the secondary. Keon Lynn not dressed. Reed ejected a moment ago. So Robustelli, as you mentioned, number 82, backup wide receiver, is out there on defense here. Sean Brackett out there as well, the backup quarterback. With 4 seconds, it's caught. Down inside the 20, Purified gets out with 1.4 after a gain of 18.
This is where you can start to confuse some secondary players that haven't played. Now, if you're Arizona, you got to know it doesn't have to be a ball over the top. You can throw a quick screen and get blocks on. You've got a wide receiver and a quarterback back there trying to get guys down. So the 2 guys that you really have to take care of are David Highland and Alvin Ray Jackson. The rest of the guys aren't used to putting guys on the ground. This is a tough spot.
Definitely go for it here, or would you try a field goal at 1.4?
Would you say a field goal after what we've seen today? Really?
I mean, Alex Zendejas is a pretty good kicker with good bloodlines.
I'm not saying he's not.
Luis
isn't here kicking. Max isn't here kicking. He's here kicking.
Luis Zendejas was the original kicker.
They're trying to hide him. Listen to me. I like 8, 9, 6. End of the game. We got to have protection. Y'all running 8, 9. Y'all blocking those 2 guys to the front side. You're going to beat that guy across his face. We're in there. Run their asses off and block them. You're blocking safety. You're blocking field points.
What do you think?
Great call. Great call. You're going to run 2 deep vertical routes. And basically they're running downfield to get set up for a block. He's going to run the dig route he didn't call a letter, so I don't know which guy's going to do it. but there will be a dig route. It's probably going to be a Maurice Purify.
Deatter in motion. Final play of the half. Caught. Windsor trying to get there, and he did. Touchdown at the gun.
It's going to be a challenge.
An 18-yard score down to Windsor, if it counts.
And this is a great call. Look at the blocks. We talked about the two guys we had to block.
The running of a touchdown by Arizona has been challenged by Jacksonville. Play is under further review.
Did that elbow go down before the
I think
ball
the ball was the first thing that came down. But they run the two verticals on the field side, and Rod Windsor comes from the backside on the 6 route. It's a great call.
Okay, Brian, you with me? We're looking for a knee down. We're looking for a knee down or anything that would create the ball from being short of the goal line. We're looking for down by contact. So if you can show me a shot. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. You've got to catch, no question on the completion here. Now he's moving forward. I don't see anything down at this point. All right, that elbow is down, but it looks like the ball's penetrated the plate. Now, Brian, do you have any other shots? Okay, thank you. Let's take a look at one more shot. That appears to be a touchdown. May not be enough to confirm, however. All right, that show doesn't show us. Go back to the other shot, Brian, and could you please go slow motion? As I'm saying, we're looking for any body part other than the hand or foot down before the ball breaks the plate of the goal line. So we got it here. All right. All right, that appears to be a touchdown. Because of the angle, they're going to go with stands. It'll be a stands. It will be a touchdown. Thank you, Brian.
So Dave Catayo on the headset with our producer, Brian Carter, in the truck. And well explained, well done, touchdown stands. AFL call to the booth confirms it.
Field of a touchdown stands. Jacksonville is charged with a timeout and a challenge.
Right here, you're going to get these two guys. Freeze it right there, guys. You're going to get these two guys just running upfield to try to block. They're trying to shield these guys. The route comes from here. You got to step on his toes and come across. And good job of just cutting back and running through the arm tackle of a guy who's not used to tackling.
We've seen Windsor do it a couple of times like that to reach into the end zone. 5 touchdowns in the final minute. AFL at its best. And Arizona leads by 7 at the break. The Sharks will get it first in the second half. Down below, Tino with Kevin Guy.
All right, Coach, we've seen some great routes from Windsor, Purify. What's been the key offensively?
Well, you know, the guys are being pretty efficient. They're running some good routes. Nick's making some good decisions with the ball. You know, one of their DBs got hurt. He's missing, and then Reed got ejected. So we just kind of watched them move their guys around, look for the matchup right there at the end of the game, and end of the half, and got the matchup we wanted.
Now, Jacksonville's, been keeping this close. What do you want to do better defensively in the second half?
Well, they're doing a good job of trying to take our pass rush out of the game and keeping it spread out. So we'll make some adjustments, but, they're hurting in the secondary. So we just need to get some stops and see if they can keep up.
All right, Coach Guy, thank you. Brent?
Tina, thanks. 41-34 at halftime here in Phoenix. You're watching the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network.
Roach is out, field corner, and then the safety's got kicked out. So they're going to have to play these guys, and they're going to have to go play offense, okay? So they're going to get tired. We need to go fast tempo on these guys, okay? Just take care of the ball, okay? But we need to speed them up and tire these guys down. They're going to try to slow the game down, there's no doubt, okay? Defensively, they're making us play in second and short all night, okay? They're just, taking our pass rush out.
So there you go. Take advantage of, Greg Reed gets ejected. They're banged up already. Misha Robinson didn't suit up. So you got a backup wideout, Andrew Robustelli in the Shark secondary. And you've also got the backup quarterback, Sean Brackett. And Arizona sliced and diced him with 8 seconds left on that final drive.
Well, they just called the right play at the right time. It was a perfect play call, but early on in the game, Arizona using the screen game. There you see Michael Benson getting involved. But the Sharks answering right away to Tiger Jones. And Rod Windsor comes wide open from motion. Blown coverage. Makes the Sharks pay for it. And that was the biggest play of the first half. Because outside of that fumble, the Sharks had gone score for score. And Windsor again on 4th down, that play. All you got to do is get him up against the wall. That's a 4th down conversion for a score. And Joe Hills, of course, was dominant in the half. They were able to get some hits and an interception, which is rare for Nick to throw. Alvin Ray Jackson on the pick there. But they come right back and hit Mo Purify for a score, and they trade scores. And again, Mo Purify. And on this kick return, they call a block, and right there, Greg Reed gets ejected for contact to be official. Larache Jackson was already out. Last play of the half, you got to get a guy on the ground. Rod Windsor stretches out, gets it in for the score.
So that's how it went, 41-34. Les Miles is standing by on the field with Tina.
All right, Brent, thank you. So, Coach Moss, what adjustments do you make on your defense now with Greg Reed out?
Well, we got 2 out. We got Greg and Larache out, so we're going to have to play Andrew and Reggie and maybe Tiger in there. We're just going to have to do what we do. We got 19 guys. That's all we got.
I saw you talking to Andrew Robustelli. What were you telling him just now?
We're just trying to get him coached up. He knows all our jack calls. It's just, when the secondary there, he didn't know our calls at that point. But that's all we got. We just got to, we have what we have. We're just going to have to go out there and score on every possession, hope we get a stop.
All right, Coach Moss, thank you.
Contrary to what play-by-play guy said, that's Les Moss, not Les Miles. You got too many LSU fans surrounding you. First half stats, what stands out for you?
I think the offensive production of both teams, 1 and 2 in the league, has been dominant. But the two turnovers by both quarterbacks are kind of uncharacteristic for both these guys. They take care of the football, do a great job doing so, and that's why they rank as high as they do in efficiency and 1 and 2 in the league. But a good half for both. Tommy was outstanding, and he's going to need a lot more of that. This reminds me eerily of the Arena Bowl last year, where they were tit for tat with San Jose in the first half, and then all of a sudden the wheels fall off because you lose 2 wide receivers in that game. Now they've lost 2 DBs. They can still score, but they're going to have to sneak a stop in somewhere or maybe steal an onside kick.
So Tavola has been phenomenal, 15-19, 160 and 6 touchdowns. Did throw the 1 pick, but for the season now, 94 touchdown throws, only 10 interceptions. But he did give a possession back, which again means these 2 teams are on serve here. The Sharks get it first to start the second half down 7. Each defense in the first half got 1 stop, and it came on a turnover. Zendejas, second-year kicker from Arizona. Reggie Gray. And this one, wow.
That is popcorn abuse. You cannot do that.
Can't do that. Those poor fans down there. Well, last August in Stockton, California, the Sharks faced off against the SaberCats. You were just talking about this. Under 45 seconds left, second quarter, trailing by 7. Eric Meyer able to tie the game, and the Sharks answered to Tommy Grady with a touchdown throw to Joe Hills prior to the half. But, Eric Meyer, the SaberCats, as you just mentioned, a couple of injuries for the Sharks, and then the SaberCats just absolutely blew the doors off in the second half. They win 68-47. First play from scrimmage, second half. It's batted down, intended for Hills from the arm of Tommy Grady.
Damian Burrell again, and it's just coming out. And Coach Heward does an outstanding job. Dave Heward, defense coordinator, he's coached on the line in this league for a long time, was head coach in Tampa. But I've played against some of the great teams that he had, some monsters up front. but those guys were smart players. They weren't just guys that were going to get their head down and come after the QB. They knew how to read situations, and they're doing a great job of it tonight.
Tiger Jones, the motion man, ready from his own end zone. Down the far boards, jump ball, he's hauled in. Hauled in by Hills, and then he is going to waltz into the house with the marker down back near midfield.
The number 81, Joe Hills. Tackled by Kella, penalty marker down.
If it stands, it's his 4th of the night.
It's not going to be a touchdown. However, it will be a catch up against the boards over there.
The ruling on the field is down by contact. The receiver was pushed into the wall. The foul is illegal contact, number 3 of the defense. That penalty's declined. First down.
And right here on the boards, going against KJ Morton. And he just runs a go route, and right there, the DB turns and leans him inside. And right there, you see the contact up against the wall. Good call.
A gain of 23. Grady all day throws it away.
Brady's pass incomplete.
Souvenir.
Joe Hills has got to read coverage.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 at the 22.
Joe Hills has to read coverage. Arizona goes hot on that coverage, and Joe is standing literally behind the Jack linebacker. Watch the linebacker run out here. All Joe Hills has to do is creep inside, and it's a big completion. There's the window right there. And he runs back the other direction, and you see him telling the quarterback, that's my bad. He's got to read that a little quicker and see it. That would have been a big chunk for him there.
Toss right. Derek Ross turns the corner. Looking for contact. He takes it down into 10, a gain of 13.
Gain of 13 on the play up for Jacksonville, first down.
I'll tell you what, if you're Cornelius Lewis and you allow your guy to get the edge, that's a great job by corner. Getting that corner for D. Ross.
Defense.
Moving his feet, using his good, strong hands. Beautiful job by Cornelius Lewis.
So one thing I love about this league, because you don't see many running plays, it always is exciting when you see the big guy in some open space starting to get a little bit of momentum, churning those wheels. Grady, end zone, floats it up, touchdown. On the corner route, Reggie Gray hauls it in for the 9-yard touchdown.
He just reenacted his fumble from the semifinal game last year.
Wow. That's good analysis by you.
He literally reenacted it. Great corner route, great throw. The timing on that was perfect.
Wolf to tie it. Got it.
Extra point by Wolf.
41-41. Good ball tonight here in Phoenix.
It is. You know they're going to be able to score. The problem's going to come on defense. And watch Reggie reenacting the infamous call that did not go Arizona's way. That is so clever. Big play, Reggie Gray wants to be a director as well. Look at him.
The Sharks open the second half. The touchdown drive, 41 apiece. And it's Reggie Gray finding the end zone again. The second time tonight. 5 plays, 45 yards, 328.
Big play, Reggie Gray. Oh, that's short.
Anthony Amos with a good chance here on a return. Amos out to the 11.
Amos on the return.
Return of 16. First possession, second half for Davila and the Rattler offense against, again, a secondary that's banged up. No Mishai Robinson tonight. Greg Reed was ejected for bumping an official late in the first half. So, in the end of the first half, we saw Sean Brackett
out.
Yeah,
Roger Jackson's out as well, who was their starting corner tonight. I mean, so they're down.
That's your backup quarterback, Sean Brackett, and you've also got 82 Andrew Robustelli, a backup wide receiver out there. would seem to be a golden opportunity for Davila to just carve these guys up as DeAtter gains 6 there.
Tackled by Highland.
They're going to make him run. I'll tell you what, in tackle, these guys haven't tackled. Reggie Gray is actually out there right now playing corner, and when we had him in Chicago, he played a little bit of corner because he had to, and he's done it before. He's a good enough athlete to do it. But you still have your guy, backup QB in there at the jack linebacker spot.
Robustelli is not in there. Gunned over the middle, Chase DeAtter, back-to-back catches for him. Down to the 19 of the Sharks, he gains 14.
You're going to wait for it. When they get probably another 5-10 yards, you're going to see the running, the fullback plays, as well as the tight end plays with Michael Simons, who's got 5 receptions for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns.
10 to play in the third, tied at 41. But again, Sharks secondary is under siege.
There it is.
Michael Benson juggling catch, bouncing off the wall and taking it down inside the 10.
This is a really good job by Brackett. He stays in the middle of the field, doesn't give one away. The defensive end tries to hold up. Nefi Moffitt tries to hold him up coming out. But watch Brackett, he gets crumbled but jumps up and grabs a leg right there. He gets run into, and that could be offensive pass interference right there.
Person Cole, Davila dances, throws, dropped by Windsor.
That's a catch he normally makes.
Brings him a second and goal at the 9-yard line.
If I'm Sean Brackett, as you see the drop there, if I'm Sean Brackett, I'm thinking, I don't know that I signed up for this.
You know what? You signed up to be on a team. And if you're a team guy, which Sean is, you got to get out there and play. You got to get out there and play, man. That's offensive pass interference, though. Got to call that.
No.
Got to
But
call
as
that.
I'm on my back trying to take down a massive
And he did
fullback.
grab a leg, to his credit.
Second down goal. Windsor. Shot down at the 4. Open field tackle that time. And a nice one by David Highland to gain a 5.
You still got 2 guys out there that know how to play. So when you watch David Highland sneak in there, he's a guy that has always had an ability to find the football and to make big plays, as he did for San Jose last year.
Arena Bowl title with San Jose last season for Highland. 1 of 3 tonight on third for the Rattlers. 55% for the season. Windsor in motion. Davila. Touchdown. Rod Windsor.
Patented crossing route. He's very patient here at the start of this route right here. He's going to give him a little shake, get around. It almost seems like he gets a little bit of a rub, but he doesn't. It's good body control, and then right there he just throws him like a sack of potatoes. That is big boy football right there. Not sure you're supposed to be able to do that, however.
Zendejas. 48-41. Rod Windsor, 8 receptions, 91 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Rod Windsor, Rod the God. Sorry, get off me. With the push-pull, touchdown Arizona Rattlers.
Hills and Windsor, 2 of the best in this league. Each with 8 receptions. More yards for Hills, 1 more touchdown for Windsor. But he's had 1 more possession.
If I'd have had those 2 guys, I could have probably played another 5 years. On one leg. Those dudes are good. Good.
Zendejas to send it away. Reggie Gray off the net. Gray spun down at the 10. Return of 14. The latest news, scores, stats. Log on to arenafootball.com whether you want to check out special features on the league's brightest stars or watch live games. Arenafootball.com is where it's at.
Onside. Kicking team number 10. 10-yard penalty. Added against the run. Down.
Beautiful downtown Phoenix. All sides of the kicking team. So mark off the penalty, and the Sharks in beautiful field position out to the 21. Tommy Grady, 20 of 31, 231, 6 touchdowns. Joe Hills throws defender Kellum off of him, gains a couple extra steps into Rattler territory.
He's like a big boxer. You see him use that stiff arm, man. He throws it out there and gets you away from him. Lots of stiff arm off after the play, but good screen. Good job blocking in front by Robustelli there, but look at it, just stiff arm. And Kellum's a strong guy. Really strong guy.
Robustelli, good blocking. Pushes Kellum backwards and takes it inside the 15. A pickup of 10.
Just his seventh reception on the season. I just tried to make up a new word there. Picks up the first down. Again, being patient on the offense. Coach Filial sticking to the plan. Not really getting ahead of themselves. They know they need to slow the game down as well to protect their wounded defenders on the other side of the ball.
We've seen Robustelli defensively a little bit. From the 14, toss left, Ross. Derek Ross. Ross down to the 2. A gain of 13 for the league's all-time leading rusher.
Tell you what, who wants to see that coming around the corner at him as a DB? Again, good job by Mo Ruffins. He gets away with a little bit of a hold there. He stops his feet. But a good tackle by Marcus Smith gives his team a chance to play great red zone defense. This is a place where they're really good defensively, the Arizona Rattlers.
Tiger Jones in motion. Ross. Nothing. Loss of 1, Tyree Glasper.
I tell you, if you don't hit this team head on, Arizona, you try getting wide, they're too physical, too athletic. You've got to get downhill on them quicker. Look for some kind of combo route. They need to find Joe Hills here.
Grady, Hills, one-handed touchdown grab, Joe Hills. Flag down in the end zone.
They're called Joe Hills on the push-off. You can't.
Pass interference offense. Number 81, push off, 10-yard penalty, receive second down.
Here's what the confusion is. You can't not call it on the other end when it was more blatant than this. He's trying to hold him. He's got to get him off of him. You can't make that call. Sorry, RG's my guy. RG Tillier is my guy, but you can't make that one, especially when you let the other one go on the other end. Let the guys fight down there. It's a fight.
So second and goal back at the 13. Grady guns it. Robustelli. Touchdown on the marker down at the 9.
Andrew's first touchdown of the season.
Yes. Illegal formation defense. The defensive end was sent outside the down lineman. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
See, the use of a hard count is what got him off sides there. Good job by Tommy Grady, and good job of taking what the defense gives you. Robustelli just on a simple check down right here, but he gets it there before the jack, but watch the explosion. He smells his first touchdown. He smelled it.
Yeah.
This is my first one. I'm going to get it.
He darts to the end zone. Wolf knocks it through. Deadlocked at 48, deep third quarter. Back and forth we go. It's the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network. And a really good one with lots of implications tonight here in Phoenix. Here it is moments ago. Tommy Grady able to hook up with Andrew Robustelli. 14 yards. Robustelli's first score of the year. And of his career. And we're tied at 48, down to Tina.
And there was nothing more important to Andrew Robustelli than living up to his name, named after his grandfather. NFL Hall of Famer Andy Robustelli, a defensive end on the New York Giants championship teams. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1971. Now, his grandfather did pass away in 2011, but last May, Andrew was actually in Giants rookie camp. He said his family was overjoyed that his first experience in pro football was with the Giants, and Andy said he did feel some pressure, saying, "I don't want to ruin or diminish the name."
That's a touchback after the 5. No chance for Amos this time. Robustelli, that's what makes this league great. I mean,
it is. Good kid.
By rule, that ball was placed on the 20-yard line, first down.
You see his numbers at Jacksonville University. This league is all about guys living out their dreams, keeping the dream alive. It's about guys from big conferences, and there's plenty of them, but there's guys like that that played at smaller schools, lesser known. Once you get in this league, it's the great equalizer, as you've discussed with me many times.
It really is. It doesn't matter where you're from. This game, knowing this game and its nuances, it makes it tough on guys that haven't played it.
2:48 to play in the third. Tied at 48. Davila shuffles out, fires. A little bit behind Windsor, unable to haul that one in. And Tina now is with Robustelli after he just did his special teams work.
All right, Andrew, Joe Hills has just joined. I know you're trying to win a game here, but your first AFL touchdown, what's it mean to you?
It means a lot. I'm not trying to think about it too much right now because we have a lot more game to play. It'll probably get a little more surreal after the game.
And you're getting thrown into the defensive side of the ball at times, too. How prepared are you?
They put me in every week in practice, so I'm about as prepared as I can be.
Andrew, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Brent?
Good
All right, Tina, yeah. From the 20, Davila. Quick strike, Purify. Dances away from a tackler. Purify. Finally tripped up from behind by Alvin Ray Jackson, but a gain of 17.
This is bad news for the rest of the league because this guy was banged up all first part of the season. When he's healthy, he is one of the most dynamic guys, and this is what makes him special. Same with Rod. After catch, what he's able to do. Physical, he's long, he's faster than people think he is. He can run.
Davila rifles it. Deatter flips up into the air. Alvin Ray Jackson a hit. He gains 12 down to the 2.
It's a good route combination. Deatter's number 3 in the stack. In the trips formation, you run number one wide up the wall. Maurice Purify goes on the crossing route, and watch him come back out. And he takes a shot from Alvin Ray Jackson. Right there. Gets tripped up. Hangs on the football, which is a good thing.
Play clock at 3. Handoff. Benson. Michael Benson. No signal yet. He's shy. Gained 1. Down inside the 1.
Let's go, Mike.
Gain of 1 on the play.
No, it's a touchdown. Give him 2, give him the score, and Michael Benson able to give the Rattlers the lead.
The ruling on the field is that when the receiver was contacted into the wall, the ball had been extended over the goal line prior to that contact. Therefore, it is a touchdown.
think Michael Benson just got the biggest compliment of his life. Dave Kataya called him a receiver.
Yeah, he did.
Is he moving that well?
I love it. I love it when these big guys get in.
It's awesome, man. It's the greatest part of the game is allowing those guys to go out and catch passes, to run the ball.
3 seconds on the third quarter clock, and Dejas. And that's how the third quarter ends. Back and forth. The Snake Pit is rocking tonight. Benson gives them the touchdown. We played 3. You're watching the Arena Football League on CBS Sports Network. Arizona led 14-6 after 1, and tight throughout. And Arizona leads by 7. They've had 1 more possession. Each defense has gotten 1 stop. Both of those stops on takeaways.
I'm surprised if KG takes a shot one of these times for a quick onside kick to steal another possession as well.
Dejas sends it deep. Reggie Gray is back against the wall. Gray with a seam. Gray! Chased down from behind, but not before he takes it to the Rattler 19.
And David Highland and Sean Brackett, these guys got to be tired, exhausted, but they're working. 39-yard return, he hits it hard. And right there, great job of hanging on the ball because Marcus Smith, watch the swipe, number 5 puts on the ball right there. That's a great club by Marcus Smith. He almost creates that turnover that Arizona needs to put a little separation.
Robustelli, the motion man. They look to him. And Grady overshot him on the corner route. Kellum in coverage.
I think the speed of Robustelli kind of caught Kellum a little bit off guard because he got behind him, got up on his toes. But the one thing I love about Jeremy is his patience. But right there, you see him squat and try to undercut the route. Anytime you see a DB with both feet planted, he's trying to undercut it. So as a quarterback, you know the ball has to drop in the corner over the top. You can't try and throw it flat.
Grady, again, corner, Hills.
Grady's pass incomplete. Intended for Hills.
Where is Tiger Jones? We haven't seen him.
Third down, lockdown. Here we go, night man. Time for Enable Funeral Services. Third down, lockdown.
One of the most prolific receivers in the history of the game, and then on cue, here he goes in motion.
Sharks 4 of 5 on third. He's open. Couldn't haul it in.
Gotta make that play.
Grady put it on him.
You did. You gotta make that play. I don't care. As soon as you know the coverage is rolling off on you, Grady throws it right over the top of the field corner. But once you touch that ball, you've got to snatch and turn your body away. And it wasn't even a rake. It just almost got knocked out by the wall there. You've got to squeeze that. So important to make plays right now.
Fourth and 10. Grady, jump ball, marker down, caught, touchdown. Joe Hills, if it counts.
Pass interference defense, number 3. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
19 yards. And it's 55-54. Interference on KJ Morton.
Extra point by Wolf. Good.
55-55 after the made PAT, and Joe Hill's 9 catches for 144 with a marker down and 4 touchdowns.
Holding offense, number 68. 10-yard penalty. Replay the try.
So replay, Ryan Cave guilty. 4 touchdowns now for Joe Hills, and he's got 47 on the season.
See the bump there by KJ, but then he's trying to get away from him. Still holding, but you got to finish the fight. If you're going to fight him, at least make sure he doesn't catch that football at all. And that's just a really good job.
Long extra point. He's wide left.
That's a costly mistake on the holding there. 10-yard penalty. Costly mistake.
So Wolf unable to tie the game. They pushed him 10 yards further back. He hooked it left, and it's 55-54.
And this makes it tough when a guy hooks it just left. Rattlers stay on top. Welcome back to Arizona, where the Rattlers maintain a 1-point lead after a missed extra point. All because of a hold here. Watch Ryan Cave here on the right side of the line. He gets a good effort from his rusher in front and is not ready for it. And Tyreek Glasper puts on a great effort to try to get around. And you see the kind of the hog tie around the neck. And that's a costly penalty. 10 yards. Now you got to try the extra point. 13-yard line and backed up.
Because the rules on rushing, it's set up for kickers to, get plenty of time to kick it through. The effort by Glasper to create that, right? I mean,
correct.
He's been playing every down all night, and now the onside kick is scooped up by Arizona. By Purify. But I mean, he's given big effort all night. You'd think an extra point, you could kind of lax a little bit.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Can't lax. It's so important. It's not one of those rest plays. It's so important. And Glasper caught one.
So now first and goal, failed onside. So it's 3 times the Sharks have tried onside, and they are 0 for 3.
You got to get guys out in front. The ball's hopping around, and they have plenty of chances, but
Wolf has been good on onside. Davila steps up, floats it up, touchdown, Purify with a flag down.
Gonna get a hold. That took an awful long time.
Holding offense. Number 72, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
We're gonna get Deontay Savage. On the hold. This just takes so long. And he's up here on the top. He's going up against Jason Holman, I believe. We're checking his Nefi Moffitt. I don't know if that was more of a hold or they just kind of got out of whack.
Exactly.
That's a tough call.
He just didn't look real good. From the 19, first and goal. Davila over the head of Purified. Deanna was in the neighborhood in the back of the end zone. Suddenly, because of that call, even though you fail on the onside, I mean, now second goal at the 19, you're feeling okay for the Jacksonville defense.
And they did a nice job of marrying up their coverage in the back end there. These guys are starting to play with a little more confidence. They're switching some looks up. And you see there, they threw a ball right in the area of Reggie Gray because they sat in the coverage, gave Nick a look he wasn't expecting. And that's the kind of play they're going to have to get if they want to they need to create that turnover.
Piatter in motion. Davila flips it out to Purify. Caught the defender. Shoved into the wall inside the 10. He gains a dozen.
Sean Brackett sprinting out there and put a lick on him.
Okay. Your backup quarterback is
like
sticking his nose in there.
You gotta love it. It's just a check down route. Good job of getting it out. But watch Brackett come flying in there, and he's gonna get a piece. Gotta be careful.
Now, said, when you were playing quarterback, would you have wanted to? Did you ever want to play?
I played Jack my first year when Paul Justin was our quarterback. So preseason, I played Jack and receiver. The more you can do, man, that's how you stick around.
3rd and goal. Big play, Davila. Nearly intercepted by Sean Brackett.
Wow. He threw it right to him, and I'm the guy. I tell even my 12-year-old quarterbacks that I work with, quarterbacks have the best hands on the team. Come on, Sean Brackett.
Yeah.
The play was there to be made. Watch right here. He's doing a nice job of eyeballing the quarterback. He's matching up with Nick, watching him. Watch the pivot route, comes back out. He throws it right to him. Turn your hands over and make the catch.
This now is a massive play. 1 of 1 on 4th tonight for Arizona. Davila on 4th and goal. Looks end zone. Touchdown. Rod Windsor.
And your one DB out there gets beat. That's tough. Makes it tough. He's right there. Just a half a step behind. And again, you got to play it in terms of basketball on the defensive side. When you're a DB, if you're trying to knock the ball down, you can't reach with your front hand. You got to reach with your far hand. Gives you a couple extra inches of length. But what a great effort by that defense. I thought that was a well-played series by that defense.
Nelson Tejas can make it an 8-point game. Got it. 62-54, 8:08 left. 4th quarter here in Arizona.
Arizona converting. The lad laser spins it to the back corner and finds, guess who? Rod the God.
.808 to play, 62-54, the Rattlers looking for their 5th straight win and gunning for the top seed. Orlando is playing Portland in the 4th quarter, 2 minutes left. They lead the Steel 47-34. They want that 1 seed, and there's the race for it. You get the 1 and you make it all the way there, you host the Arena Bowl. This Arizona team will be nothing less than the 2 seed.
This is a big game right here. And this is a big game right here. I mean, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Come down to the wire. That last game of the year may be for the top seed.
We love it.
All out.
But because they have wrapped up the National Conference, we know that Arizona will at least be the 2 seed. Reggie Gray off the net. Gray down there, Birds out of the 10. By the way, in that Orlando game, big night again for Brandon Tompkins, who you highlighted at halftime. 12 catches for 123 and 4 scores. And again, they lead with 2:03 left. They lead on the road over Portland 47-34. Trying to get to 12-2.
Brandon Tompkins, man. I mean, he is that old style of arena football quick guy, that Steve Pappen type guy that's super quick, can make you miss after the catch, runs great routes.
Tiger Jones over the middle. Cut down. The 18, he gained 7. KJ Morton the hit. 7:28 and counting, 8-point Arizona lead.
I love the fact that Jacksonville just comes right out. Raymond has them coming out, just running their offense, being patient. You know, Kevin Guy didn't like the fact that they kept Arizona's defense in 2nd and short every drive the first half, and that's where they are again right now.
Jones to the 21. And that one was zipped on a line by Grady, a gain of 12.
Tell you what, when the big fella drops that right foot and plants it and gets the ball out, it's a nice sail in route, hits him right in the chest. Well, we had a key drop in that earlier drive in the end zone. But big Tommy Grady going right back to him, showing we still got confidence in you, bud.
Jones in motion. Hand off Ross. Space. Ross to the 9. Tackled from behind by Marcus Smith. He gains 12. So back-to-back 12-yard gains for the Rattlers. All right, I should say for the Sharks.
So it's just a plunge play. Good job of blocking in the front. But great hustle from Damian Burrell. Shows tremendous speed and tracking down Derek Ross.
Said if you punch this one in, it's time to go for 2, no?
I don't know. I hate chasing points too early. However,
Hills had it. He was open with the backboards and couldn't bring it in.
That's where you got to know your guy and just put a little touch on it, because there's nobody back there. There's nobody back there. Kellum's running too fast out and gets beat back inside. Just put some touch on it. There's nobody back there. I mean, that's a hot rocket. Just a little bit of touch.
Second down call. 5:18 remaining. Jones again in high motion. Robustelli had it knocked away. Good defense by Brown. Arkeith Brown.
So he's stepped his game up since Jeremy Kellum's come back. He's very comfortable, but they're trying to catch him with Robustelli going across. Ball a little bit underthrown. But if you're Robustelli, you got to learn you're not going to run away from that ball. You got to make sure you try to drive right back to that receiver and go up as high as you can to get it. Ball just a tad bit underthrown on that one, though.
Jacksonville 4 of 6 on third. Grady with touch that time, but again incomplete for Hills. Kellum in coverage, and now 4th down.
Kevin Keyser back in the back end zone, letting those guys know, I'm going to let you guys play. That's what you guys want. I'm going to let you play. You got to make plays. I'm going to let you play. This is big boy football. Handle the contact, as you have all year, Joe Hill.
Two of 2 on 4th for the Sharks tonight, as we go under 4 minutes. Touchdown. Grady connects with Tiger Jones.
Doesn't look like they're going to go for 2 here. They're going to not chase the points just yet. Which leads me to believe they're probably going to an onside kick here again. Wolf.
Got it. 62-61, 3:12 left.
3 minutes, 12 seconds.
Tremendous route combination. They catch him in a zone coverage, and the Wily vet's able to sit down in the zone. And Tiger Jones says, I didn't just score early, I'm scoring now. Jacksonville right there.
.312 remaining, Rattlers by 1 in a shootout here in Phoenix tonight. Sharks 4-2 on the road this year. April 11th, Tommy Grady to Joe Hills for 4 touchdowns, including 3 in the second half. Sharks beat Philly by 18. May 27th, Grady and Hills connected for 8 touchdowns. They beat Orlando, giving the Preds their only home loss of the season right here. And the Preds clinging to a 6-point lead in Portland tonight. I mean, it's hard to explain a little bit why they seem to be better on the road this year, but they certainly have been, and trying to make it 5-2 tonight on the road.
I think sometimes, teams just do better when they're out on their own. You're staying in a hotel, it's just you and your teammates.
onside kick.
Onside kick attempt recovered by number 2.
Covered by Purify.
Takes a certain maturity to be able to play at home and understand how valuable that is.
Yeah.
See another good kick, but you see Mo Purify immediately goes and gets that one. Doesn't waste any time. Kick a little bit too hard.
1 for 10 on onside this year. 0 for the night. In this game, Windsor takes the pitch. We've had 7 second half possessions, 7 touchdowns. For the game, each defense has 1 takeaway. Gained at 9 there for Windsor, and Arizona trying to, again, get this lead back to 8 as the clock winds at 2:36.
All you can hope for right here is to possibly get a tip ball or something if you're Jacksonville. You need that kind of luck right here.
Rattlers tablet, touchdown, too easy to Windsor. Crossing the Geico goal line for another Windsor score.
This is a route that I used to call for Reggie Gray, who he beats on the play. This is a comeback route. You start him going through motion. He's going to go deep inside and curl all the way back down to the front box of the end zone. Everybody else is going to come across, and he's going to come right back to the front pylon. I mean, it's really tough to cover that route. You drive your guy off, and you're moving, and then you come back down.
Especially when you're a receiver by trade, which Gray obviously is. They're banged up in the secondary, and then Craig Reed ejected late first half. Snap put down. Able to sneak it in there is Zendejas to keep this thing at 8 instead of 7.
And that's a good job of focusing, because there was a bad snap. Boyd, Shane did a nice job. Shane Boyd getting the ball down, but the snap almost bounced back to him. Great job of concentration by that pair.
So 69-61, 1:33 on the clock. Zendejas, the nephew, as we alluded to earlier, of Luis Zendejas, the original kicker for this Arizona franchise.
And I held for him, and I did a great job holding for Luis. He made a lot of winning kicks.
And Luis had a heck of a career between this league, the CFL, the USFL, Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles. Then there's Max Zendejas, who had a nice career.
There's a bunch of Zendejas boys that kick and do it well. But Luis was extremely funny, man. He was a great dude to be around.
Second year from Arizona. Very nice college career, kicking for the Wildcats. He's been in and out of this league, caught a couple of times. He's had his struggles, but I tell you, he's on it right now. Gray wrapped up at the 9. A return of 16. Check in down below again with Tina.
Brent, with that Rod Windsor touchdown, he now ties his offensive coordinator, Sire Burley. 247 touchdown receptions. They're top 10 in the AFL all-time list. But you won't catch these two or any Rattlers talking about records. Kevin Guy told me you never hear about that stuff in their locker room. It's their culture. Guy says that Windsor hasn't even looked that stuff up. He's not the kind of personality that wants a pat on the back. It's all about being a professional, and it's all about this team winning as a team. Even Nick Davila, they all have these records they're breaking this year. All they want to do is get to Arena Bowl. Brent?
It's interesting. We've learned from Tina tonight. 2 star receivers, 2 star unselfish, good personality guys. 69-61, 1 minute warning here in Phoenix. back here in Arizona. 8-point lead for the Arizona Rattlers. Philadelphia drilled Cleveland earlier tonight. Orlando just wrapped up a win at Portland. So Orlando continues to hold that #1 overall seed. They're now 12-2. And this Rattler team, thanks to Cleveland losing tonight, can do no worse than the 2 seed as they have wrapped up the National Conference.
Well, Orlando has to come here.
Orlando's got to come here.
And that's going to be a battle right there.
Brady caught Tiger Jones. Jones in Rattler territory. Next Saturday, ESPN2, big game. Got to mention that the Storm will take on the Soul. Soul, again, they're in the mix for a top seed. So that's next Saturday, 3:30 Eastern on ESPN2 and the Watch ESPN. Timeout here with 40.5 seconds. First down in Rattler territory, thanks to Jones. Jacksonville trying to come down and tie this game with a touchdown and 2-point conversion inside the final minute.
Right now, you're not only thinking about scoring here, but you're thinking about running some clock a little bit and maybe not allow Arizona an extra chance, run some clock. The ideal thing would be to score as the horn expires, and then to have 1 play left for the 2-point conversion.
See what happens. I'd say you got more rings than you even said. You got a lot of them.
I do. He does. He's got the big giant ones too. I got that one little small one was our first one. Oh, I think I want a do-over for that first one we got.
1st and 10 on the Arizona 24. Tommy Grady's team down 8. Handoff Ross. Burning some clock here down to the 21. It was blown dead. Pickup of 3. You're right. It looks like that's what they're playing for, right?
They got to. And you force Arizona to use some timeouts if they want to stop the clock.
And plus, they've shown no ability. Obviously, banged up defensively. Timeout called here by Arizona, but they've shown nothing defensively to make you think that they're going to get a stop here in the second half.
No, they haven't. So, and this comes back to haunt them. Special teams has been a thorn in their side all year. Extra points tonight. Lindsey Wolf has been inaccurate and erratic at times. Some of those kicks are just being shot wide left or wide right. And it's not, listen, there's a lot that goes into that.
Yes.
The timing, the hold from the holder, all that stuff really matters. So it's not all on him, but they got to get it right because it's hurting them.
2nd down 5. Grady slings it. Grady in front row. So Arizona has 1 timeout left. Jacksonville has their full complement of 3. Got a 3rd and 5 with 30 seconds left.
You got to be careful throwing that ball against the wall like that late. If it ricochets off the wall, that's an interception. Just understand, don't want to end the game on a turnover right now. You've got an offense that's been hot. Keep playing your game, Tommy Grady.
Third and 6. 11 is Joe Hills.
And Arizona has to burn their final timeout.
Gain of 10.
Yardage from Jacksonville, first down.
So, boy, you dissected it perfectly. It's going to come right down to the gun to see if Jacksonville can tie this thing and have an untimed 2-point opportunity.
That's what they're going to try and do. If you're now at some point, if you're Kevin Guide, you take the position like, well, hey, let's let him score. Let's let him score, so that way we at least have time to rebut coming the other way before they're allowed to run out all the time.
What would you do at this point right now on 1st and 10?
I would love to play strong defense, but Joe Hills is a monster. Tommy Grady's playing really well right now. He made the one mistake earlier, fumbling. However, I've got Nick, Rod Windsor, Mo Purify. I might let him score. I'm not going to let him run too much time. I can't stop the clock. So I might let him score. Question is, if you're Jacksonville, do you have the no-no on? Do you have the don't score too soon?
We've seen it where a guy will come to a dead stop at the 1 yard line and not let himself score. From the 11. Hand off Ross, marker.
That is an illegal shift, and that is just not smart. It's an illegal shift on Derek Ross. And if you're Tommy and the receiver, you see he's moving, you've got to stop. You can't have two men moving at the same time.
Illegal shift on the offense. Two players moving without resetting. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down. Timer, please reset the clock to 23.8 seconds. 23.8 seconds.
And it's a good call by Dave. Well, you see the motion right there starting, and then Derek Ross jumps over to the other side. You can't do that. You got to be smarter. And if you're Tommy Grady, listen, hold your receiver up before you do that. You can't do that. Stop your receiver, move your man, and then allow your receiver to go. Everyone has to be set for a second.
So move it back to the 16. Loss of 5. Now the clock's running. The clock is running down to 19.9. They've got all 3 timeouts left, the Sharks do. Boy, this is minor disaster here in the last couple of moments for Jacksonville.
They never blew it. You have to blow it. The clock should start on Dave Kataya's whistle. I haven't heard a whistle.
I didn't either.
No.
So is he going to add time here?
Timer, please reset the clock to 21.9 seconds.
So that's that. They get the time back.
But it was 23.8 a second ago. They haven't run a play.
Obviously it's winding here, but they'll get this sorted out. You're right. It should be back to 23.8.
Why is it not going back to 23.8?
I think that's what Moss said.
First charge timeout.
Good time to call a timeout
Right.
for Jacksonville, because a couple of things need to get sorted out here, including
the clock.
I think you're right. It should be 23.
There was never a play run. He never blew it in. It should be 23.8.
And he had the timer set to 21.9, which it obviously hasn't gotten back there yet. It will, but it should be more than that.
He officially asked initially for 23.8 seconds on the clock. .8 seconds on the clock. But he is right there. He's winding his arm, and then he stops it. So split the difference, we're good.
But
he was winding the clock.
He was, so it's 14.8, so they lost that time.
What?
Unbelievable. 1st and 15. Looking for Hills. End zone. Touchdown. Joe Hills with 9.3. And it's a 69-67 game.
Now, if you're Arizona, you want that time back. Where's that time? How did that time not get back on the clock? How did they settle on 14.8? What did we miss?
I don't know, but the bottom line is it worked out nearly perfectly for Jacksonville. You lose the time, you get the touchdown, and now you got to get the 2-point conversion. They are 1 of 3 on 2-pointers this year. This to tie the game. Tommy Grady, all day to throw. Grady fires. Incomplete intended for Jones. And Arizona holds tight and clings to that 2-point lead. deep instead. Picked up by Amos. Amos out to the 6.
Amos on the return.
Why not onside?
Tackle by Romastelli.
I have no. I would have probably onsided, but I think what he was trying to do is possibly catching up back, not being there, maybe hoping for a bar ball.
He did get a little bit of a bounce.
And the ball bounced off the ground. However, they weren't able to get down fast enough to make the play.
Again, given their struggles on onsides, they were 1 for 10 on the season, and again have had no success there tonight. Yes, that was the right strategy for Les Moss. Marker down. 4 seconds on the clock. Arizona again leading by 2. No timeouts left for them. 2 for the Sharks.
Ball start offense, number 52. Penalties after this to goal. First down, timer. Reset the clock to 4. Timer, reset the clock to 4.8 seconds. 4.8.
Here, Arizona, that's last thing you need to do is closer to your own end zone here.
I think you just got, well, you can't really run back because you're going the wrong way. And there's a
Left wing.
Again, he can't take a knee. This has to be forward.
Yeah, you have to gain positive yards here. However, if you're on the other way going in, you can just back up and throw it away.
Davila just launches. And that does it. What a game.
Very good. And it just goes to show you Jacksonville's record is not an indicator of how talented that team is. And you take out Larache Jackson and Greg Reed from that secondary. This is a really good team. Really good team. And they went toe-to-toe with Arizona in their building.
You've been saying it all year. They lost at home to Arizona earlier this year in overtime. They take them to the wire tonight. They fall by 2. 3 straight losses for the Sharks. They're 5-8. 5 straight wins for the Rattlers. Again, they will be the 2 seed at worst. In the playoffs, they can still get the 1, although Orlando won again tonight. 11-3 now, the Arizona Rattlers. Tina is with Kevin Guy.
Well, Coach, you had to go toe-to-toe with this Jacksonville team. Why would you say that your Rattlers outlasted them?
Well, Jacksonville matches up good with us. They do both times we've played them this year, and even in the past, they've always done a good job of matching up with us. And we made a couple adjustments there in the secondary and tried to put some size on Joe right there on that last drive, and worked out for us. But take our hat off to Jacksonville. I thought they'd fall hard tonight, but we won, and we're never going to undermine a win. We'll get ready to play next week, but we got the first 2 rounds now, so we're pretty happy.
And that 2-point conversion, what was the defense there?
Lock it up.
What about Windsor and Davila tonight, the way they were hooking up?
Yeah, I mean, they've always did well together, and they have really good timing together, and we got Mopey going as well. So I thought offensively that we played well. Nice job. All right, so offensively I thought we played well tonight. Defensively, we got some work to do. We got to go look at how they were attacking us and get after it.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Thank you. Brent?
Tina, well done tonight. So Arizona, again, as you look at the standings, they are now 11-3. They've won 5 in a row, and they can do no worse than the 2 seed. Final thoughts on what we saw tonight?
I saw a really good Jacksonville team get close to really emerging, and Arizona is just consistent. That's what they do. They don't hurt themselves. They just play consistent football, and that's what you're going to have to do if you want to win a championship. Orlando has to see Arizona as well as Philly. If they end up with the #1 seed, they earned it.
Davila 9 touchdown throws. Rod Windsor at 10 receptions for 108 and 6 touchdowns. In the loss, Joe Hills 11 catches, 170 and 5 scores. Tommy Grady throws 10 touchdown passes, but they fall short by 2. Seth Bonner, Tina Sabasio, and our entire CBS crew. I'm Brett Stover. Next telecast next Saturday, 10 Eastern. The Cleveland Gladiators take on the LA Kiss. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network in association with Tupelo Honey Raycom. After these messages, we'll have the 2016 MLL All-Star Game. So long from Arizona.